correct way to ask
All
it.
right, all right. Here we go. I'm Pat.
Oh, well.
I'm Jeffrey. The correct way to ask.
The difference, yes.
So you are supposed to just use the full nomenclature. It's like, oh, are you Native American or are you of Indian descent?
Indian descent. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
The
I don't
specifically,
think I'm crossing that bridge too much.
No.
it says, so ChatGPT says, the phrase feather or dot Indian is considered informal, outdated, and often offensive. It reduces rich and diverse cultures to simplistic and stereotypical symbols. Now, respectful alternatives say Indian from India or Native American. You can clearly clarify respectfully by asking, do you mean Indian from India or Native American? So that's the thing.
All right.
Yeah.
Throw a lot more words in there. I got you.
Now, the reason this was funny was because when she was talking to me about this, she was explaining how.
And this is your
Russians-
boss, right?
Oh,
Your
no,
new boss?
no,
Oh, your old one.
Whose
This is-
husband?
Marina.
Okay.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, her husband is the one that said like, I don't know if that's true anymore. Um,
Well, we would have told you that.
Yeah, I could have told you that. Yeah.
hey, dude, the sources I got it from, I trusted them completely as cultural ambassadors.
30 years ago.
There's stuff you see that was on TV back then that are not
It's not,
gonna
yeah,
fly
there's
anymore.
certain episodes of The Simpsons that just don't fly anymore. Man. So,
Well, and that was the funny thing was when she was breaking down how Russians would distinguish.
Do they even know Native Americans?
Yes,
Oh,
oddly enough,
yeah, they
did.
watch westerns. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Well, on top of that, like there was you have to remember as if you can remember the Cold War, right? There's sort of the Native Americans
Wind talkers.
well, not like wind talkers, but they were seen as sort of like the noble rebellion against American imperialism.
Oh, so they actually held them with respect.
hmm
Oh,
Right.
interesting.
Although they really never saw them.
Right.
The ones they saw on TV were actually South Africa or South Asian Indians too. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. This is the era of Hollywood. It's like, you're brown. It'll work. You know?
No,
John Wayne can play Genghis Khan.
You bet your ass, Pilgrim.
yeah. So yeah, that was the thing. And evidently, yes, it turned out that in Russia, their distinction, yes, had a lot to do with
They hate
convenience
America,
stores. No,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
yeah. She was trying to ask me. She was like, "What do you call those? What do you call those places where you buy like gas and cigarettes?" I was like,
Something like that. Yeah.
All right.
"So there you go. There's your. I was culturally updated this week, so
I don't know what I would have said, but I just definitely know that you probably couldn't say that anymore.
I don't.
It's been a long time since I've had to.
Yeah,
Bring up that
I'm pretty
phrase.
sure that one's off the table.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean the same thing's true with I haven't known too many Native Americans, but like even some of the ones that I knew way back in airport days, they didn't like being called Native Americans. He's like, no, I'm Sioux.
Oh,
Yeah. So
Well, I worked with some out there in the.
you guys
North
have,
Dakota
yeah,
and stuff,
you've dealt with them a lot more than I have lately. So
Oddly enough, most of them prefer to be called native.
Native, okay. Yeah.
I didn't deal with it really.
Oh,
Well, you spent a while on a reservation up there, didn't you?
so it lived on them.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought. Yeah.
Well, and over there they had hiring policies where they were always like the negotiations with the reservations where they had to hire like X amount of people from the reservation to work there, and they were always struggling to get them.
Because they didn't want to work.
Yeah, they won't work. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the dudes that were there, they were treated like gold.
Yeah.
But a lot of them would some of them would just disappear after like a day or two, and then there was a crowd of guys. There were like three or four of them that stuck around, and so they were like super welcoming to the new people. But
Yeah, that's
um,
cool.
yeah, there was they do look a little bit different.
I guess.
No, I mean there was still like a distinctive like there is still like a distinctive Native American look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when I was in the forebears.
I've
yeah.
only ever known one who was full blooded, and that guy had big old blue beard. So, and I was always told that Native Americans couldn't grow whiskers, but he,
That's I don't know.
yeah, exactly. And so, like, I don't know. And so, I don't think I've ever worked with someone who was full blooded, except for him.
I didn't pay attention, so I have no idea.
Yeah.
Again, I tried to um, even on forebears, and when I went to like the cultural center and stuff like this, I was like, I'm here. Let me try to learn something about it. It's
That's the
Well,
casino.
bravo.
well, it's
It had like one little
it is.
It's like the chapel at the airport.
It's definitely actually like if you go to the
I'm not trying to sell you something.
you'll see it from time to time. You'll actually see like the Church of Satan in like Salem. No, it's the one in Massachusetts. Yeah, um, the one that has like that Baphomet statue.
Hmm.
You've seen it. It's the one with the kids. The ones that caused all that grief.
It's in Oklahoma.
Right. The
Yeah,
statue's
yeah,
now
yeah.
there,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I know
like
which one you're talking about.
okay.
Yeah.
So if you go to that quote unquote church, there's like one guy in it. And he's just sitting at the desk and he's just like playing on his phone. And when you go in there, there's that statue, right?
Yes.
It's like, right. Uh, yeah.
Just leave some money on the counter.
Well, so here's the thing. You can take the tour, right? They don't guide you through the tour. Once the tour is over, you cannot go back.
Mm.
The actual tour to tour the entire facility, like you can walk the loop and it takes you about 4 minutes. As soon as that's done, you don't get to go back around. And the last room is like a wall with like fucking like Ozzy Osbourne albums on it and shit. Um, so like if you go to the Four Bears, the tradition center or whatever they call it, it feels very similar, but without the dope ass Baphomet statue, which has now been moved to like Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. I thought that was an original cast. So
Well, there's only one.
yeah, but I thought it was that whole thing because they had to like I can't remember the whole story behind Oklahoma, but there was some kind of law that passed.
That's why it was sent to. The thing is, I think they got rid of it in Oklahoma because the whole thing was the reason that they gave the Baphomet statue was because there was some kind of like scripture or something like that was there
Okay.
in the Oklahoma like courthouse,
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds
right?
familiar.
Because this is
Yeah.
what satanic dweebs do: is they're like,
Right.
if they see like "In God We Trust" on a government building, they're like, "Well, can we put our you know can we put our thing here?" Yeah, and so yeah, they parked that statue out there, and
Was it the state capitol? If I'm,
I think
yeah,
so.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think it
and
was.
eventually
Yeah.
it made its way to that church because
Oh.
after they made their statement with it, look, because I agree with you. If you want to like thumb through this and say like, don't you think this is a little presumptive to have like religious stuff? And they're like, you know what, you got a point. We're not supposed to favor any one of these things. Take it out. I get it. Um, or yeah, if you want to say like, well, then everything goes. I'm like, yeah, go nuts. Put all the stupid shit out here that you want. Right? I don't care. Um, it's either one or none. Either go for it. But eventually, that's why that statue made it out there, and they were like, okay, we get it. You win.
Yeah.
We cannot have this fucking eyesore
Thanks for
up here.
scaring all the girls away. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what those fucking
No
dorks
offense,
do.
I'm going to Google this. I'm really curious what the statue looks like.
It's two little kids holding the hands of Satan. That's
What?
the one, right?
Well, they're not holding his hands.
Baphomet?
Baphomet. He has like the goat head,
Yeah.
right? And he's doing the pose like this with one arm up, and there are two kids like right next to him, like he's Santa Claus.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different one then.
With
I don't remember it being a goat head, but yeah.
this one, or is there a different one?
Oh, that's it. There you go. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's the one. That's why I said it's a dope ass statue, minus the like Easter Bunny like type kids, right? Because it's not that I have a problem with like, oh my goodness, that's offensive. It's like, no, it makes Satanism look lamer. That's kind of the problem is
Well, now my Google searches.
Oh no, you should have done it not incognito.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have been flagged in
Now
the
it's in
system.
there. Yes.
It's okay. Google was listening to us talk anyway, so
That's true. I saw, yeah, now I'm kind of scared because I saw this guy the other day pull off a bank scam on himself. So by basically getting online and reading like 3 pages of text and then feeding it into a text generator using his own voice.
all right.
So then he was able to train this thing to call the bank and get them to withdraw money and send it to somebody.
lovely.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, well, there's a lot of our shit on the fucking internet, man. You wouldn't even have to train it for more than about 5 minutes.
You don't. As a matter
Yeah.
of fact, they can do pretty decent facsimiles with very limited amount of data.
Just get into certain consonants.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well, on top of that too, we're not talking. This is over the phone, man. So I mean, we're like the
You're not syncing it up with.
exactly. Yeah, it's not like we've brought along a professional Elvis historian to be able to. This is like he knew all the ins and outs of Elvis's voice, and we're gonna test him against the train.
Oh, yeah.
The guy that they'll bring in into Pawn Stars.
Right, the expert on 16th century dildos. Yeah, yeah. It's, give me him. I know a guy. If you could stay put for a second, he's an expert. I know.
Yeah, I figure if they're gonna get you, they're gonna get you.
Pretty much. I have it set up for my bank. I can't withdraw money unless I actually go there. So
Okay, well, that's
unless it's like a small loan, like $500, I can get $500.
Right.
So,
Right.
but you can actually just in our bank, and I don't know if you use the same bank, but you can just go in and do your settings online.
Go online.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's pretty
I'll
easy.
have to check. That's not a bad idea.
Oh yeah,
Since I don't really, unless I'm going to Vegas or something. That's the only time I've ever tried to pull more money out of my account for.
It's like, son, are you the homeowner? Are you the man of the house?
it is kind of cool to take that envelope of cash too. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So I'll still probably try and do Cripple Creek or something one of these days.
I thought you went.
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, okay.
I want to see what I get from a bonus.
You get a bonus?
I get a bonus at the end of
Nice.
May, hopefully.
Why would you not?
I don't know. I can say the economy sucked. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Even though they're worth like $7 billion or $47
Your
billion.
company? Yeah, your company's
Some
rich.
sort of ungodly.
I don't know, man. I keep seeing your company's name pop up.
For bad things?
His company does a lot of shit.
Yeah, they're
For
everywhere.
a lot of things, yeah.
They do a lot of things.
I didn't know them until I worked for them, but then
Right.
once I did, I was like, oh, wow, they advertise there. Oh, there's their name again. Oh, there's what the hell do they do?
Yeah, when you're like, oh, that's the Deloitte NASCAR, right? Like the Tide one used to be like Jeff Gordon and all this stuff. It's the same thing. Like the BF Goodrich car used to be Dale Earnhardt. There's a Deloitte car.
Yeah,
I don't know who drives it.
it's just everywhere. They are everywhere. So
It's just one of those things that until like you started working for them, like I was like,
it was.
do they make like hex nuts or what? It's like shit that's something that like everything uses, right? I always consider them like Sears or something like that.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, but for
whatever.
people. Yeah.
Right.
You don't get wrenches out of there, but you do get like accountants.
Lots of accounts.
Yeah.
I don't even know how they invest or what they do or anything, and I work with them. So
No, the only thing that they do is they do occasionally. So evidently, Deloitte does sort of. They were one of the champions of like ESG
Hmm.
type shit.
They have management consultants that did
the
that
hell's
stuff for a long
ESG?
time.
Oh, what is it? It's
Environmental, social
Oh,
goodiness.
yeah, everything with good PR.
I don't think goodiness was the last
No,
word.
it's
I
not.
think it's close.
Governance.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're not wrong. It is something like that, but I was like, yeah, they were one of the vanguards of
Well, what
ESG
they
governance.
used to do is they used to do ESG audits on
Yeah,
companies. So a company would come in and say, "Hey, we want to know kind of like what we're doing good for our community," and they would do an ESG audit. And
right,
so they're not like the FBI, of ESG. You had to hire them to audit yourself.
right.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Versus like the BlackRock guys who would not invest unless you met certain ESG scores.
Yeah, correct. So they would do those audits.
Those
Yeah.
are like Disney's worst years. And they're backpedaling from that shit.
They are backpedaling from that. God, what was that? I saw something big about that the other day. What the fuck was it? So,
What about somebody trying to fight back on it?
no,
Or
Disney. Something. What was something was going on with
Oh, I
Disney?
saw the new movie,
which one?
The Thunderbolts.
Oh, how was it?
It's actually pretty good.
I've heard it's of the recent ones. It's like it's not like a home run, but it's like a stand up double.
It's kind of like not quite as good as Guardians, but it was solid.
Right.
It didn't have quite as much action as it needed to have for a normal Marvel movie, but it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
can't complain. And they looked well done and all that stuff. And the characters were good. They got a little whiny in a few points, but other than that, all in all, pretty good.
Well, that's sort of what the theme of it is about. It's depression and like your ugly side, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Century. Wow, nailed. Oh my god.
That's what I heard. Is he's like the standout. Is like that dude that evidently can play like three roles like exceptionally well, like at the drop of a hat.
He did good. It was good. Seeing, I didn't really know much about him because he didn't cross into the X
This
Men
is not
universe.
somebody I know.
Um, but when his powers were used, it was just like, God, the
Yeah.
fuck. What? How the hell is he gonna fight this too?
Yeah, basically, the when it came across was they said it's like this is Suicide Squad that doesn't suck.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
So it was. I mean, I'm sure you don't care about spoilers, but the all the posters, all the everything have like Taskmaster as one of the
yeah.
main characters. They kill her in
But the
like
shitty one, yeah,
they kill her
yeah,
in like 2 seconds. It was like,
yeah.
dude, she was in all of them. Like they're in group poses
Well, they
and all
fucking
this
did that
stuff.
character so dirty and fucking
Yeah,
whatever.
they just took the eraser and said, well, let's pretend
Oh,
this
fuck
didn't
yeah,
happen.
it's like don't like if you're gonna include a character like that only like 10 of us actually like, you know. I mean, I get it. It's better to take a risk with something like that and say like, why don't we go ahead and girly this up and you know
But at least she had a cool costume in the books. Or he, sorry, had
exactly
a
yes.
cool costume. And this one yeah. But the fact that they just killed her in like 2 seconds, I was like, well, that was cool. All
Did you
right.
speak to kids?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Did they like
Actually,
it?
Livy loved it.
Did you?
She said it was like the best Marvel movie in forever. I was like, well, cool.
Well, you
'Cause
did
I
make
thought it'd
her.
be a little boring because it was a little talky and stuff like that.
A little
but-
talky.
Yeah.
But
Plot.
the Captain America one was so boring that I think they just lowered the standards so
We're
far
done with this shit.
that it didn't take much to be entertaining.
Well, you did take them to see all the shitty ones too, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah, we've
fucking,
seen-
they had to like torture themselves through Shang-Chi and all that other shit.
At least that one had good fight scenes and stuff, so it had some entertaining stuff. Brave New World sucked. It was just boring.
Did they like the Eternals?
Not really.
You know, because nobody did.
Or the Marvels.
Oh, you took them to see that shit too?
Well, of course. I mean, Livy thought it'd be really good because there's 3 girls.
Right, right.
William goes to get popcorn.
Well, all
He
right.
doesn't even really. Like, he went to go see Dogman, which is a cartoon.
Beg your pardon?
It's a cartoon of a cop and his dog. They get in a crash, and so they attach the dog's head onto the cop.
That sounds great.
I'm in. When did this come out?
Like last summer or something like that, like a while, like a little bit ago. But I mean, it's the real simple books where it's just like talk bubble, talk bubble, talk bubble,
Okay, yeah.
and
yeah.
that's the length of the book. But yeah, I was like, William, I'm sure you don't want to go. We're gonna go see Dogman. He's like, I'll go. I'm like, you're
All
going
right.
just for popcorn, aren't you? He's like, yes. I'm like, all right then.
No, that's. Hey, dude, if he gets what he wants, then I mean that's fine. And if the movie is good, bad, or indifferent, that's great. But
It wasn't the worst, but
well, it's when you say it, it sounds awesome because that sounds like the exact kind of like if I feel like I could open up one of your guys' notebooks from like fifth grade. And I feel like something
it
like
could
that
have
would be
been
right
something
there.
we made.
Yeah.
Statue, stitch your dog's head on
Yeah,
your butt.
it's like, why is it stitched? An accident.
It's the only thing we could do to save his life.
Yeah.
Poor Rexy.
So we put the man's head on the dog, put the dog's head on the man,
Be funnier with a
which is funny.
dog man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And so yeah, he acts like a person for a lot of it, but will do the dog things, chase after a squirrel, and
See, that's
all these kind of.
that's genius. Actually, I think that's. I'm surprised I've never heard of that.
I'm not.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have kids, man, yeah, and you don't see commercials,
That's
there's
true.
no reason this should ever cross your path.
That's a good point. I mean, the
If torpedo bats didn't cross your path, there's no way
Oh yeah.
Dog Man.
Yeah. Torpedo. It turns out to be
They're just gone.
it's nothing burger. Yeah. So they said winter is like actually the AL East really sucks this year. So fuck it. You know.
The Rockies actually fired the coach.
Finally.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hopefully he takes half the team with him. So,
so I didn't go into the full details. I just saw that they had a 21-run loss.
I didn't.
they had a 20. Yes, that was 2 days ago.
Yeah, and then they
So,
fired him the next day.
They had a double header last week where they lost 10-1 in the first one and 11-1 in
Yeah.
the next one. So getting rung up for another 21 runs in one day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think they rehired their coach this off season too. I think they re-signed Bud Black this
They did.
off season.
They did.
So it took 40 games to realize that this probably was a bad idea.
I'm not going to completely blame Bud Black, but he certainly wasn't helping.
There was no reason to bring him back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like it wasn't working. At least try something. It's not like, wow, we lost 100 games. Run it back.
But there has to be some commitment, like when you come in there and like they have to say, like, all right, man, we know we're in trouble. So we're gonna hire you, and here's this blank check. Make it happen.
They're not going to do that.
No.
But there's no blank check.
What's that
No.
guy? That's the
Dick
worst con, Chris
Monfort.
Bryant.
Yeah.
Chris Bryant.
That they gave like $180 million.
Oh, yeah.
He is
Yeah.
injured
Right.
every year. He's injured again. Like they're just terribly, horribly run.
Yeah, that's I'm telling you, that's why like the actual MLB has to have like they have to have like a clause where it's like if you're not performing, we will strip. Dude, if the NBA can force Donald Sterling to sell because he said some things on a recorded phone call.
But they don't make people sell because their team sucks.
See, that's the thing. You have to have some. It's the effort clause. If you
I
have to
agree. They should be sent to be a minor league franchise.
exactly. So there needs to be basically like every rule like this, like when they talk about this, this is the horse collar tackle, this is the TO rule, this is the Tom Brady rule, no going for the knees, right? There has to be like basically like there has to be like it's called like the Cleveland stipulation or
If you
something.
lose 100 games 2 years in a row,
Right.
yeah,
You have to sell.
yeah,
Right.
I agree. I agree completely, but they don't.
And that's absurd. That's not good for the sport. It's
But
not good for the sport.
what's insane is like they do have a payroll that's
It's pretty good.
middle of the pack.
Yeah,
They're
their
not
payroll
like,
doesn't suck.
they're not like the Marlins that have a payroll of 47 million with one Yankees player.
Well,
that
they
can
just
beat.
burn it down every year. So,
Well, but at least the Marlins, you can say like, but the Marlins have gotten results.
Actually,
They have
yeah,
a strategy,
they do,
right?
yeah.
If you have a strategy, it's like, hey, look, man, you have banners to hang, right? You guys have won the big one a few times, right? And if that's part of your strategy, it's like, hey, we have to squirrel away. That's fine. But even when they don't spend like that, they don't lose that many games.
No,
That's the problem.
Well, and all right, so I'm not going to stand up for Bud Black, but they are in a division.
You can. It's fair.
Oh yeah, they are.
They're in a division that's full of fucking predators.
Yeah.
So so that I mean, like the top 3 teams in MLB are in that fucking division. So
right. But they weren't always.
No, I'm not speaking for the last 6 years, or 9 years.
Yeah, that's true. No,
I mean, I will speak for the last, like, say, 3. So
3 for sure. I mean, I think the power of those teams in there, yes, has been growing, dangerously.
Well, that guy died in San Diego, and he basically tried to spend all his money before he died to build an enormous team, and it's still out there chewing people up. And then the Dodgers are in that one, and Arizona's surprisingly good. And so the Giants are always the Giants. So
they come and go. I mean,
but they're going to spend.
They're going to spend, yeah.
So
well, it's for the Dodgers.
Maybe we don't belong there. Maybe we need to
we need to like jump ship to the AL East.
We need to get in with the Twins.
Oh man, yeah.
Pirates.
The Pirates and the White Sox.
But yeah, White Sox.
There we go.
Tigers.
Yeah, Tigers. Yeah, we do fine in that division.
Well, not only we do fine, but at least our suckiness would kind of keep us in there a little bit.
Well, it's not like we're geographically farther from them than San Francisco.
Yeah.
Well, I agree. We easily could fit in there, but
there's not another team that you can stuff into the NL West.
Oh, that's true.
So that's the problem. So someone's got to stand up a team in Vegas, and then okay, now we're good.
They have a team in Vegas.
What? Oh, that's right. They did move.
But they're in the AL West.
They are in the AL West. Right. Yeah.
So it'd have to be someone from the East.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot they had moved.
Well, they're not going to be there for
2 more years.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, why don't they flip the Mariners and we'll trade one.
Why would the Mariners?
I would not opt into that division.
It's like the Angels had the best 2 players on the planet, and they sucked.
They do stay.
So no, we'll stay here because whatever they're doing is
wrong. Right.
We had the A's. Well, they'll still have the A's.
Right.
God, who else is?
Are they still going to be called the A's?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Yeah.
The Vegas Athletics.
No, they'll change.
Yeah, that sounds. God, that sounds like clothing. It does. It sounds like clothing or a gym. It does.
Aren't they going to sell the naming rights to the team for every 5 years?
Yeah.
Whichever casino buys it for the highest.
If they're just like the Vegas Valleys or whatever.
Right.
Actually, no, is Valley's gone?
No, it was there when I went.
Okay.
It is pretty old, but.
What was the big one they blew up a couple weeks ago?
I don't know if they blew it up. Mirage is becoming Hard Rock.
Oh, okay. Well, that means they're just moving from. So the Hard Rock's moving to from the end of the strip. If they're going to take that.
Yeah, well, they're building the whole front of the hotel is going to be a giant guitar. You can actually stay in the giant guitar.
Oh no! I was thinking Planet Hollywood. No.
Yeah.
So they're still down there. Yeah.
So yeah, but I don't know if they're blowing something up and building something.
I thought I read something about that a couple weeks ago. They tore down one of the old ones, the iconic ones.
Well, it could be Mirage.
Might have been.
Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they.
I know it's changing to Hard Rock, and they were closing all that and stuff. But.
And they got rid of Aladdin's a while ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mm.
which was a nice
Well,
place.
and now they
Like
have one. They built a new one that has like a Ferris wheel, like Great Britain's Ferris wheel kind of thing.
Oh,
Like a new wheel. And we went in there, and like the ceilings are low. Like I went in and I was like, this looks like an old ass piece of shit.
right.
And you built this brand new in Vegas? What the? Who sold you this, man?
And this is from you. You willingly stay at the shithole known as the Excalibur.
It's cheap.
It is.
And the one time the kids went too, so that was worth it. But back then, yeah, that was cheap. I stayed at the Imperial Palace, man.
Oh, you might as well be staying at fucking Harrah's or
Well, Harris isn't on the strip though, is it?
it's
It's on Fremont Street.
it's close. It's adjacent. I mean, it's not. It's part of the old strip.
Yeah, it's on Fremont Street.
Yeah.
So no, Imperial Palace got shut down.
I don't know what's the other place over there because is it like the Barbary Coast,
Treasure Island.
Treasure Island.
Treasure Islands.
That might have gotten scrapped too.
Maybe that's what it was.
No, because there is a pirate place that's still huge and does the shows.
That was Treasure Island, and then
Was
they
Treasure
became
Island?
PI.
Of course, right.
Cooler name, but I don't know if it survived even.
Because yeah, they're the ones that had the big shows.
They did,
and, yeah,
but they
and
don't.
you
They
go,
don't
yeah.
anymore.
Really?
No.
Oh wow.
That's gone. So Bellagio has their show.
Right. I presume they
And
would.
Mirage did with the volcano, but they're gone. So I don't know how many other shows there are anymore.
It's a good question.
They might
I
all
don't
be
know.
gone. You can see the Lions in MGM.
I've seen it.
It's not much. It really is not much of an attraction. It'd be one thing if they threw in a person every now and then.
Fucking no, stop it! It's not.
Spin the wheel.
They're not like feeding Christians to them or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like that. And that
Caesar's Palace, yeah.
you know, and places that you think would have like cool things would be like the Luxor, but there's nothing.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
It's a pyramid.
But now everything's going towards like Trump or Cosmopolitan, where it's just a giant
It's a building.
rectangle that
Yep.
is really expensive.
Which is how I think the Wynn really set the.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
started it.
And that place is the most boring, like themeless casino. It's kind of like,
We're just expensive.
right. What's your theme? It's expensive.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
It's the most expensive place out here.
belong.
Trump's like, you know what? I belong here.
I'll tell you what. I mean, that's it's funny because like when they break down who actually buys like Versace shit and Louis Vuitton shit and things like that, it's not actually rich people that buy that crap.
No, it's middle class people who have that one nice thing. Yep.
Or lower class people who have that one.
Those
nice
are
thing.
those are shoes, Jeff. Those are shoes.
Well, and those bags, the Louis Vuitton bags are.
It's easy to find
Absolutely.
fake ones of those, though, man.
Well, I'm no expert.
Yeah,
but
I've smashed many of them. So.
Well, I never went into any of those stores, obviously, before. But when I went out with Nikki, like we went out and she actually sold some of this stuff before in the past.
Oh,
And so she went into the Rolex place. She goes, "Oh, that's a $35,000 watch. It does this." And I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh, that one's nothing. This one over here," and I'm like, "What the hell, man?"
you're talking about so like an absolute vestige, right? Because you're like, so if you say I need a timepiece in 1960, makes sense to have it on your wrist. Okay, 1980, still could buy it.
yeah.
2000, starting to phase them out.
Starting to phase them out. I haven't worn a watch since high school, man.
I had that
So-
the one that had like Pepsi on it for a while.
I do remember that. Yeah, you did have a Pepsi watch.
And the thing is, when you get down to it, at this point, all it is, it's a men's bracelet.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a men's bracelet because you don't need it to tell time.
Mm-mm.
Or if you really need something like an accessorize, you can get an Apple or an Android watch that actually like does stuff.
Yeah.
Because a Rolex doesn't do shit for you either, right? You can't check your mail on that
Yeah,
shit.
that's not a smart Rolex.
No, and the prices on those things, it's like this is
Dude, it's a flex.
completely
Yeah,
disrespectful. Right.
It's a flex. I mean, I've known a couple different guys who had Rolexes. Like two of them were legit rich. All right. Another one was a guy, he sold shit for a living. So
that was part of the
it was
outfit.
part of the job.
Did he get, when you say sold shit, like did he?
Legal shit.
Legal shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's not
I'm
slinging
like,
meth.
I know where you're going.
What do you mean? Because some of those guys have Rolexes too.
Yeah, but I don't think you want to wear. Well, I guess if you're selling it to that high clientele,
come on, man. There is
He sold cars. So
those guys like to flex nuts too.
That's true.
they do.
Right. Yeah.
But then, like, other guys, like, I've known a couple of people who were definitely not rich who had a Rolex,
Right.
you know, and it was like, dude, I want to pull your credit. You know?
So your kid's gonna eat
I
for the next
know,
year.
yeah, exactly. It's like, I've seen the inside of your car, dude. You know?
It smells like fries.
Yeah.
You're still gonna be walking out of it. Like,
No, man. Like my understanding is like Rolex is also. Nikki probably pointed this out. Like, don't they have a line that's now for like BMW used to have. Like their cars would start out of the range of the average like family, and then they started
BMW?
introducing series that were like
affordable.
right.
Yeah.
Don't they have like a couple of Rolexes that are in there for?
You can
The average
you
person.
can find them as low as like a couple $1,000. So yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
But they didn't used to be that way. They
I
were
don't-
meant to
I don't
price
know.
people out, if I recall.
I have no
I
idea.
think so.
I'm not a watch guy. I don't know.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I'm
So I
not a
couldn't
big
tell
money guy. Whatever it is, that's what
Yeah. No. Yeah. Me neither.
Not a big money car guy,
No,
watch
I've
guy,
never bought a new car in my
clothes.
life, and I probably never will. So
Anything of status, I'm like, I don't care.
I don't care.
Wait, that Blazer wasn't new?
No, that was used. Every car that I've ever bought's been used.
But it was only like a year old or something, right?
It was a couple years old.
The forest green one, right?
Yeah, it was a couple years old. It had
Oh.
like almost 57,000 miles on it when I bought it.
Well, it felt new.
Oh no, they do a good job when they clean them up. No, I've never had a brand new car.
Oh, well, you have.
I bought my one. That's
Yeah.
it.
My wife did get one though, but that was just because it had hail damage.
That's new-ish.
The inside's new.
It had the new car smell.
Yeah. The inside was new. The odometer was new.
How much did they knock off for?
A lot. So
I would have taken
that-
that deal, like for sure.
Because
Well-
I don't care how it looks.
Right.
Oh no, I don't care. It can look like a fucking golf ball on top of it. I'll drive it. So yeah.
Put some low insurance on, and who cares if we get hit by a next hailstorm? And
Oh my god! Speaking of low insurance, man, State Farm was ripping me the fuck off.
On
It's
what?
everybody, dude.
They are the worst.
Oh, I like State Farm. What did they do to you?
Let's see. They charged me for the same insurance that I just switched to Progressive on. They charged me 4 times as much.
This is just car insurance?
Just car insurance.
Oh wow.
4 times as much.
Good lord. Mine went up $450 for the year.
Good lord, mine did not go up that much. I think mine went up to like $80 a year. But I have State Farm. Do you have a homeowner's policy with them?
Nope.
Oh, see, I have a bundle.
So you might have a bundle on this one,
Yeah.
here, but I mean, yeah, this
That's not good.
no,
Yeah.
no, we straightened it out.
We parted ways.
We mutually agreed. Well, I agreed. And they said, okay, I guess so. Yeah, the insurance. That's
See, that's another reason to have old cars, man. Because my insurance is cheap. So, like, my truck is insured. It's like Oh my God, it's like $80 every 6 months.
What?
Yeah, it's like pure liability. That's it.
Wow.
So that just because it's like so old, it's basically self-insured. If there's any work that needs to be done on it, I save up for it. It's 100% just liability. And what is it? There's no comprehensive insurance on it, nothing. And so I never expect, oh, there's a hailstorm. It's like, well, you better find a bridge to get it. So, because it is going to be coming out of your pocket if you want to fix it.
God
So,
damn. Mine's like 1,900 for the year.
1900 for the year?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And that's two cars?
One car.
That's one car?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, okay. Mine is not that much. So,
I guess I could go straight liability and stuff, but that would only knock off like 300.
a year?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, 1900 is a lot, man.
Yeah,
Do you have a bundled policy?
I do.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And everything went up. And I have somebody that actually shops around for me,
Oh,
and they said there's not much other than getting that little tracker in your car that.
my mom did that for a while. So she had that app paired to it. It's annoying as fuck.
Yeah,
After a little
yeah.
while, she's like, "I'm done with this." So yeah, because it was saving her like $30 a month or
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, but it's got
it's
a really
annoying.
annoying and very intrusive app that
Yes.
just was eating her phone battery alive. And so she was just like, "Fuck this" after a bit.
I tried it before like years ago,
Oh, did you?
and it would, yeah, your phone is like telling you you're going this fast, you're going here, you're doing this. Oh, you went here, you did this, and I'm like, no, man,
No,
no,
yeah, get off my ass,
it's not
dude.
worth it, dude.
So this is freaking nagging me here.
You know,
Yeah.
are you holding the phone? Like it would tell like if you're touching
Yeah,
it and all this kind of stuff, and I'm like, no, man, I'm going to look at my phone on occasion.
yeah, I
Like,
know.
or what if I'm putting in a map?
This
Like,
is how I navigate. Yes.
I'm like,
So,
oh, this is dumb. That was the end of that. So, but yeah, I might have to call around again on my own and just check because it went bonkers this year.
mm, I don't know. I'll have to look. So they might have raised mine. I usually get the notice and I just huck it.
That's what I did.
Yeah. So, but I know like I overinsured my house a lot, like 2, 3 years ago, and so they haven't raised it since then. So,
Yeah, mine hadn't really changed this year. It was just
hmm.
you have a massive amount of escrow due. I'm like,
Oh, did you get hit with that?
oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't get it too bad. My mom got hit because her townhome association, there's like 60 some units in there, and so they can't actually find someone to insure the roofs because if something plows through that neighborhood, that's 60 new roofs they got to put up. So yeah, something like that. And so they were having real trouble finding someone, so they had to raise her, I guess, their reserves so that they could just insure out of pocket instead.
Yeah, I
So
guess I talked to my mom today too, and she was like, "What happened out there?" I'm like, "What? Oh, what?" She's like, "The insurance went." And I was like, "Yeah, it's everybody. It's not even Colorado's fault.
it's God's fault.
Yeah, everybody's got natural disasters that are all pinging off like crazy. So they just jacked everybody. They didn't even like make it gentle. I was like, "Yeah, we'll do 1,000 this year and then 1,000." They're like, just do it all.
Just do it all 8,000 at once.
Yeah, and they're like, they just talk to each other. You agree? I agree. You
Yeah, I
agree? You
agree.
agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, everybody jack it. So we all got jacked.
That sucks.
It sucks.
I don't think I got jacked, but
I guess in theory that would mean
I guess I should go read that shit.
in theory it should go down within a year because that was just like my escrow being short. So
Oh yeah, it'll go
in
down then.
theory it
Yeah,
should go down
it'll
next
go
year.
down.
I ain't holding my breath.
My mom's taxes actually went down. Yeah, I'd never heard of that.
Wow.
Yeah, her actual property tax going down.
Did the value of her house go down?
Apparently. So
Mine did from last year.
did it?
Yeah.
I think mine went down a little
40,000.
bit. Yeah, but I don't think I got an adjustment
I don't know.
downwards. Yeah. So I have no idea.
I don't pay attention normally.
I don't either, man. It's
Until I get
completely on
jacked way up.
autopilot until it comes to the end of the year, and it's like, you're like $1,600 short. So I'm like, the fuck I am. You know?
Yeah, I saw
So
my
get
new.
out my green visor here.
Yep, that's exactly what I did. I saw my new bill and I was like, "Wait, what the fuck?" And I finally logged into my accounts. I'm like, "Where's the numbers?" And I'm like, "Oh, oh, oh, that ain't good. Damn, there's no way to get out of this one." Oh no, they got me. I guess I should have read those emails.
Because they don't go off of like Zillow values, right? They have their own independent
It's a state
valuation.
assessor,
State assessor.
and then you should be insured based off that.
Yeah, but
Your
their
taxes.
assessed value is way less than the actual market value of your
It
house.
was
Well, I don't know. So mine was always that way.
2 years ago. It was like $200,000 less,
Okay.
and then last year they jacked it,
Oh, okay.
and
Yeah.
then so it's now way up. So
It's almost like somebody got caught like giving everyone the friends and family discount for
Yeah.
a while.
Mm.
Yeah.
and so everyone was complaining, and I'm like, dude, it's been like way low for the last 5 years. Like
Mm-hmm.
y'all weren't bitches. Like
Well, nobody
it came
does.
due.
Yeah. It's I mean that's the weird thing about like being cool like that is people expect and they're never like thankful about it. No.
Dude, definitely not.
And things where you think that by like offering like discounted rates, you think people would be like appreciative. It's like, man, it's really cool that you do this. But man, I saw some shit about like Frontier Airlines employees. You didn't see this?
No, I go out of my way to avoid talking about that shithole airline. But anyway.
Shithole airline it is. There's a very viral video of a pair of colorful ladies at the Frontier Airlines desk who
Like the ticket counter or the gate?
yeah, the ticket counter. And they're sassing this gentleman about because he they keep saying over and over, "Oh, you thought you were getting on your flight today." I'm not going to imitate it. You can just watch it. But that one went national pretty hard.
Oh, okay.
So there's sort of a it sort of reignited a like a certain thing where it's like, hey guys, if you can avoid flying on these guys and Spirit and there's one other one. There's one other discount airline that's basically like
It's probably Horizon.
white people should avoid these airlines at all costs.
Oh, well, that would be Southwest then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Southwest, but still, yeah, you get what you pay for. Look, man, I don't care what they said to this dude. Because Frontier has the lowest paid airline employees across the board.
Right.
Oh.
So that company is such a shithole because like it's owned by pirates. Okay. So they're the ones who always think up the things that like gouge you as a customer and screw you as an employee first. So those are those guys. So they're the ones who started charging for bags first. They're the ones who started charging for pillows first. They're the ones who said, "Oh yeah, you want a seat assignment? You got to pay for that now." So that's these guys, man. And so then it's just monkey see, monkey do after that. And so it's just
Well, so in this particular case, they were charging $25
Mhm.
because evidently, if you get there like with 15 minutes to go,
Yep.
there's no charge. But at like minute 49 and below, it's $25.
It's $25. They thought of that, yes. So that if like if you're a last minute check in, you're gonna pay extra. Otherwise, you have to rebook your flight, which you can't do because there's no change policy. So, dude, it is the worst. So
And he agreed to pay this fee, and they were not having it. Now he was greasy about it at first, understandably, because there is a question, and it's a fair one: $25 for what?
oh yeah.
Yeah, but evidently those two ladies were let go, and they said
I'm
that they
sure.
were.
Yeah.
The thing was, they said this was a third party.
Yeah, there's. I almost guarantee you, like, I don't know if it was a third party or if it was a company. But they said that this was a third party. Yeah, there's. I almost guarantee you, like, I don't know if it was a third party or if it was a company. But they said that this was a third party. Yeah, there's almost guarantee you, like, if you're outside of Denver, whoever's actually working and it says Frontier, they're not a Frontier employee.
Yeah, I didn't
They're
know
a fucking contractor.
I did not
So,
know
yeah,
that.
no. So that gets Frontier off the hook because they have two sassy ladies who sass a guy on TikTok. Okay, then all Frontier has to do is go and put the boots to that fucking contractor.
Right.
Okay, and so there's not going to be any job protection or anything like
Right.
that in any of those
Right.
situations because they're all going to be contractors. So, dude, I mean, I was a contractor once when I was 25 fucking years ago. So that is nothing new, and Frontier does it across the system. So, like, you fly Southwest out of here; those are Southwest dudes.
Right.
So
Right.
they actually work for the Southwest.
Right.
All right. So, but no, you go to United down here. Nope, those guys don't work for United anymore.
Really?
No, no, they're all Air Wisconsin. So
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh.
So I think the American guys are actually American guys. Delta guys are not Delta guys. So I think they work for SkyWest. So that's just normal, man. No, and so unless you go to a major hub, then yeah, you actually have Delta guys who work for Delta.
Right.
Yeah. Other than that, the only person you're going to see that day who actually probably works for Delta is the pilot. Because oftentimes they sub out their flight attendants now too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. Airlines are stupid. It's such a bad business, man.
Well, it's a rough business to be in. I mean,
Totally.
just the model of it. When I look at the logistics of it and the numbers and the like everything that goes into it, I'm like, this is hopeless. Like I can't.
Hey man, I mean it's convenient. You can get really. I mean, like if you took it like rolled it back like 30 years, okay, the guys get paid well. You do get meal service and stuff like that. You get a choice of like 2 times a day in which you want to fly. Okay, now you get to a major hub. And you say, oh, you know what, I don't want to get up at 4 fucking 30,
Mhm.
to catch a 6 o'clock flight. So oh, there's an 11 o'clock one. I'll take that. That never used to exist.
Right.
And so it's
Right.
kind of like give some, take some, man. And then the same thing is like used to be like even when I was a kid, if you wanted to fly somewhere kind of weird,
Right.
I mean that was a 2-day trip, and you were spending a night somewhere.
$1,150.
Yes, please. Yeah, and it's
Right.
like that's like 4 house payments. So I mean, it's give some, take some, man. But it's also just
Well, that's back then too. It's like we're flying. It's like no, we're driving. I don't know who you think we are. I don't know.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're rich guys. Huh?
It's like, did you think we're the Beverly Hillbillies? No, we're going to drive. Right. Like the road trip was way more common back then.
Totally.
Yeah.
A lot of people still do that though. Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm done with them.
I'm a flyer now.
That last trip out to Portland on wheels
That's
was.
Unless I have an RV, that's fun. But then it's a multi-day trip, and you're
Right.
Then it's a journey.
Yeah, it's no big deal. You're
Yeah.
enjoying the stuff along the way, good thing.
Well, and then you made the suicide trip home in Mom's car in one go of things.
Yeah.
Which
Oh Lord, no way, man! I've got about a 3-hour limit before I start
20 hours straight.
Fuck that.
rear-wheel drive car through a blizzard.
Part of
Well, no, it wasn't like blizzard all the way through, like the fucking like plains. The fucking cloud follows you like bad luck slept off of the fucking Flintstones.
wants you to come.
And the poor is like, we go tomorrow.
We're in Arizona and it's still here. What the hell, man?
No, in Mexico.
Shit was, I could not believe you did that. That's insane.
Did that twice.
Oh. I mean, at least me and the dog did the hotel stay and like that part's kind of cool. I don't mind.
That's why I like an RV would be fine because you
Sure.
take a leg and you drive out, you go there, you chill, you see something cool, all this kind of stuff, and hang out. Yeah, totally cool. But just
Well, now also in a vehicle of that size, there is less concern about like deer damage because
there were 3 deer right behind your house.
they're cool, aren't they?
It was a little shocking because they are like, it's just on that little sidewalk path right before the road. Like it's like, whoa, you guys are right. Don't you dare jump, yo. Like you're looking at me right in the eyes. Don't do it.
Oh yeah. No, we all know them. We all. I mean, usually they hang around here.
Yeah, I totally get it on the front.
Yeah, they're
here,
up at the school all the
but
time.
back there, I was like,
Well, because they're going to that trail.
Yeah, you get the trail.
I gotcha.
Because they hang out back there a lot.
Gotcha.
I don't know why they've wandered into civilization this far, but typically, yeah.
Civilization has wandered into that.
Oh, dude, they're in my cul-de-sac all the time. All the time. I've had like there used to be. I haven't seen him since we redid our front yard, but it used to be a dude who hung out underneath my front steps all the time. He's a big old buck, Yeah. And then every now and then you know like stomp your way up the stairs and you'd spook him out of there and be like, oh, nice, kind of thing. So, but they're everywhere around here, man.
They completely. I mean, I'm not going to go up to there and like shake their hand or anything, but they're like completely used to humans. They're docile.
Yeah.
I used to run in them when I was running at night all the time.
Yeah, they're just filthy. So
They stink.
they stink.
They
do
do
stink.
they?
You can tell when there's one close because it's kind of like it's like this. It smells like really bad wet dog. Yeah.
does.
Yeah. Almost like it's like too many dish rags.
It really well, and I don't have to. I mean, that's the thing is when I'm out there at night, I've got the detector, and she can tell where they are from a mile away because she's like, "Hey, there's something over here, boss."
Right,
there was a fox in the parking lot last night, and she's like, "Let me off the leash."
I'm gonna go kill him.
Because I'm gonna go fuck it up, and I'm like, "Leave it alone." She's like, "No, man, this is my school."
Yeah. I haven't seen the coyotes in a while.
Nor have I.
Yeah, I haven't heard them either in quite a bit. Used to be like they all along that back trail. There was a pack of coyotes that was always up and around. And, I mean, you'd hear them go bananas, like once or twice every week, and that's when they got a kill. So it's not because they all yip at each other and they'd all go eat it.
They're going to be back. I'm going to tell you they're going to be back because that up there at that school, the rabbits have.
Are they everywhere?
They're out in force.
Okay.
So I know that's why that fox was over there.
Okay.
I don't know if that's why the skunk was there because that skunk is.
Oh man, I haven't seen one of those in a while.
I didn't see him.
Oh,
but he's there.
Right. Yeah.
I haven't seen the coyotes there in a while. But they're gonna be because it is.
It's rabbit season.
Rabbit season.
Yeah.
Well, and I gotta tell you, it's weird because that area is not what it used to be. Like when you go up there now,
school.
Yeah, because the hill that those people used to walk up on that side towards the power side, right? It's half a hill now, and then it's all those like apartments.
Yeah,
right?
The old folks' homes.
I don't. Maybe those are old folks' homes or not.
The ones that are dug into the cliff there.
I don't know if those are old folks' homes.
I'm pretty sure they are because there are two things. Like number one is those places actually have elevators in them. So I remember that when they were getting built. So I thought it was like some kind of like common community or something like that because it's right across the street from that hospital.
It's across from the hospital, but I don't know if it's old folks. It's like when I look in there, I'm like, I don't see shit that looks like old folks stuff, but it could be.
Yeah, I don't
but
know.
There's also I'm like, I don't know. There's this. I'll find. Whenever I'm over there at night, I can't tell because nobody else.
No, but I know which ones you're talking about. Yeah, and so like they destroyed all the old dirt trails up there.
Yep, they're gone.
And so yeah, I was kind of surprised that you're still getting foxes like crazy and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, there's still like if you carve that out, I mean, the field is still like this, and it goes all the way through, and it goes to that like trail. So it's out there, but it's just it's like they just took a bite out of it. It's weird.
Oh yeah.
And now you can't climb through there the same way
that
kids used to.
I'd have to go all the way up to the school. Huh?
Yeah, well, and that's the other thing is they closed off the gaps in the fences where kids used to.
Oh, okay.
Now,
I thought those were safety gaps. Yeah.
No, it's school.
Stranger gaps.
Yeah. You can't.
Oh, stranger danger.
Everything has to be closed up.
Right. That's why the front of the area, right, The kindergarten area, that's fenced off now
Yeah.
too.
Mm.
Yeah,
I've been up
it's
there a while. I'm
all
gonna go up there.
closed.
Well, it's I mean,
Yeah,
don't
I
go
know.
up
You
there.
guys go up there all the time. I just haven't been there in ages. So.
I mean, it's fine. It actually locks off. Now you can go over like on the back end where the
Mhm.
big grass area is.
Yeah.
There's still that it's not a closed fence over there. You go like almost to the end, and there's still a big gap over there, and that makes sense. But
That's open space, though.
yep,
I actually think that's reserved
I
for what
think
is
they
it,
have to.
Chaparral or Homestead Trail or whatever.
I'm not quite sure, but I know that that's where like I know they'll do like little league games and stuff there. So I
Right.
think that's part of it. But I don't know. I think if they could close it off, they would. But it doesn't bother me because it means it's like three less trash cans for her to get into. She loves to tip those over.
I don't think Winnie's ever knocked over a trash can.
He doesn't care. It's weird.
Yeah.
But there is like hound dogs are scavengers,
Mm.
absolute bloody scavengers.
Yeah, I can see that.
She is. I know.
You still taking her to PT every week?
Nope.
No, done with that.
I take her in about once a month
Okay.
for two things. So she still gets her Librela injection, which is
Uh-huh.
for arthritis,
Yeah.
and I have that checked out to see if her leg um, is still coming along, and you can see it. Like if you look at her right leg now,
Yeah.
it's not that her right leg is shaping up. Like you can see it; it looks jacked,
Hmm.
but it looks like weak as hell in comparison to her left leg, which is fucking weightlifter size, right?
It's got a tattoo on it and everything.
Oh
It's
yeah,
got
yeah.
anchors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like anchors, yeah,
United States
yeah.
Marine Corps. Yeah.
Fucking track marks
You
and
do give her
steroids
a
and shit.
spinach smoothie or whatever.
Well, that's the thing is because she overdid that left leg for so long,
Yeah.
right? It's still fucking huge.
Yeah.
And when you take measurements on it, like that was the thing was because I've been doing like one of the reasons that I stopped going is like you put her on the water treadmill, right? It's designed to asynchronously work one leg more than the other,
Mhm.
right? You put a weight on it or something like that, so that it takes a little bit more effort. But they're like, no, the isolation or exercises you do with her daily, right, are more important than
Oh.
1 week trip, right, to here because that's where we do like the side steps, that's where we do the back steps, that's where like Will came on by and I was having her do like basically they're like squats,
Right.
right? Um, and so you do that every day. You don't need to do that kind of stuff. What they're finding here is the left leg is still growing in size.
No.
The right size is like catching up, and it's not diminishing.
Mm-hmm.
But the left side is still getting bigger.
Mm-hmm.
When they take these measurements, they're like, oh, so I don't know what to tell you. There's just nothing we can do about this.
No.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's like I'm going to tell you, it's not like bad to be putting on muscle, but
No, especially at her age too. Yeah.
yeah.
So I got you. I just noticed you hadn't been gimping as much. Like I'd say the last like couple months. So.
No, she's doing a lot better. And you know, a lot of that does come from that injection that sort of like greases her joints.
Is it like a cortisone shot or something? Kind of.
Well, cortisone you have to put it in the area.
Do you?
Right? Yeah.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
never had one.
Well, I haven't
I
either.
know my mom used to get them all the time. So.
We knew people like Wardman used to. Get
Oh
those.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because he fucked up his shoulder.
Yeah, I remember that.
You have to get to put it right in the area.
God, man, I wonder what that guy looks like now.
He's bald as shit, I imagine.
I don't. Yeah. Oh yeah. That would probably be like for the last 20 years.
And they said, okay, so check this shit out. All right, so evidently there is a procedure out there where they found out that basically like the hair follicles on your head, they don't die.
Oh really?
They're lazy. And
I'd believe that.
they found a treatment that's like 80 to 90% effective.
Really?
Yeah. And that's basically just like
Probably have to do it before my stage.
no.
Oh, you can do it anytime?
And it works within like 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute, is it like you have to grind up $1 million and drink that smoothie?
No,
Are
Oh.
you electrocuting your
Yeah,
scalp?
exactly.
no. Evidently, this is just it's like a genetic like I don't want to say defect, but basically it's something that said, hey, like stop growing hair. So in the
Mm.
same vein that like you know how you don't have hair everywhere, but you can look at some like simian humans and they do have, right?
Yeah.
That's part of that here is like you could grow hair in a lot of places. You just don't, right? So a lot of these things are markers that say like grow hair, don't grow hair.
Mm.
So basically, if you put this crap on, it's basically telling the genes like grow hair, and it does.
Huh. I did not
Now,
see that.
I just read about it today.
Oh.
Um, Evidently, they're testing it. It's like super effective. Here's the question I have for you: if you could have a full head of hair again, and it's that easy, would you do it? Or have you accepted at this point? I'm kind of bald guy.
Yeah, I'm a bald guy. No.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah. So, but I'm not like I actually shaved my head yesterday.
Yeah.
I shave my head maybe like once every 2 weeks,
Right.
if I'm going to be a bald guy.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I don't mind growing it out a little bit until I look at the guy at the gas station. It's like, fuck. So, yeah,
Right.
that's me in the mirror there. Got it. All right.
It doesn't. It's just to the point where the hair that you have makes you look more bald than being bald.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, I mean, and I'm fine with it. See, like, and so it's just my lot in life, too, because I've got it and my brother doesn't have a lick of it.
No.
So he hasn't
Well,
lost
I
a
mean-
single fucking hair, you asshole.
He's like Gator.
Right, exactly. So he's like a net grower here. But
Right.
yeah, no, I probably wouldn't go back. So
I might be
this is what my driver's license looks like. So fuck it. That's good for another
Oh
10
yeah.
years.
Do we have anything weird?
No, did
If
you?
yours has the
It has a star on it.
Star.
Did you get your driver's license renewed within the last 8 years, Jeff?
Oh, we went back that far.
Yes.
It's the Black Star, right?
Yeah, you're
Okay,
fine.
fine.
If you got a driver's license renewal in like the last 8
I
years,
thought it was
you're
like 3 or 4.
No.
Or something.
so
Good Lord.
yeah, I know, and it's like, who the fuck? What? You know?
8 years.
Yeah.
Wow, they had this planned out that long ago.
Well, it was supposed to be put in place like years and
Well,
years ago.
we were ready to go even back then. This is like drag ass states like Alabama that were like, nah. You know? So
Okay, gotcha.
Although, were you planning on getting a flight sometime soon?
No, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I hadn't really planned on it, but maybe.
You just didn't want to be restricted.
Well, I did. That's the thing is, I don't want to go to the airport and be like,
Oh, right.
Excuse
Oh,
me,
yeah.
sir. "Do you have a better ID?" I'm like, "No."
Wait, is it called real ID?
It's called a real ID.
Real ID.
Right.
As opposed to those fake ones.
yeah.
That's a good name in comparison, because I mean, like you said, what's the alternative? A fake one.
Non-ID.
Yeah. Old IDs.
Exactly. Yeah.
New and improved version. Yeah, yeah. See, so. Wow, I had no idea it was that long ago.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. So I heard that on the radio driving up the other day. So I was like, wait a minute, 8 years? Really?
Well, I mean, they only last 10 years, right?
Uh-huh. So if you got the one that's basically green,
Yeah.
it's fine. So yeah. If you have one of the old blue ones, yeah. You remember those?
Was there a while? Was there like a brief time when we had like vertical IDs?
Ooh.
You remember what I'm talking about?
I seem to recall. I'm thinking
My
like
school ID was.
it was like a badge ID. I know.
Yeah. Didn't we have? Didn't somebody have like?
I don't think the driver's license.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. It might have been the state ID. So like if
it wasn't a driver's license.
if it wasn't a driver's
then-
license, it was
Okay.
actually rotated.
Because I remember, I seem to recall that there were like 1 year or 2 years worth of like vertical driver's licenses, and people hated them.
That is ringing a bell. But I think that was state issued IDs.
But I didn't know anybody that had like a state issued ID that wasn't driving.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like they always say that like you can get these, and I understand Oh God, this was just okay, that Russian. She keeps trying to like tease me about the United States,
Well,
right?
mom's got one.
Oh,
She's
does
got a
she have her state
non-driver's
ID?
license. Yeah, I think
Okay.
my mom still actually got her driver's license. So she just doesn't have a car. So
Right, right. My mom has the car,
no driver's license.
right? That which is kind of funny. I don't know if there's something where they say like, "You're not going to use that, are you?" Like,
Mm.
no, 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 sir, no. No, I kept getting like shit about because like the state ID thing. I was like, who the fuck would have one of those things and not a driver's license? But I was just thinking about, yeah, it's like, well,
Yeah.
what if you A, don't drive? I'm like, don't
What if you're
drive.
blind? Yeah. You
Yeah,
know, there's a lot of reasons. Yeah. So I don't. I'm vaguely recalling that we did have some kind of vertical thing a
I feel like
while
it was a
ago.
driver's license and that
I
people
don't
had them
know.
for like a short time, and they
I
were.
don't think I ever.
I never had one of those.
I
So
didn't either.
yeah,
I think my dad did.
but I remember we went a while where like you didn't have to get a new driver's license, but like every 10 years for a while
I think
there.
I think that's what it
I
is
think
now.
Is it still that way
It
now?
was 5,
Okay.
and
right.
then they went to 10.
Okay.
I
But you
think.
don't even have to update your picture anymore.
I think you do
As long as it's not
every
too late
other
long.
one or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So every 20 years you have to
Every
update
20
it.
years. So do I look like I did 20? No, I don't.
I think I, I think you have to have your picture retaken if your stats change.
Your stats
If you're
change.
shrinking
Like,
and stuff, or if you
No, if I go out
put
and eat donuts for
50
like
pounds
fucking
on.
6 years in a row, so every day.
look, all right, the thing, my ID says 190. That ain't true.
I think my ID says 180.
What are you up to?
184. Maybe it says 170, something
I
like
don't even know what mine says. I know at one point in time I was like 150. That was a long time ago. It
that.
was a long time ago.
I don't even know what a guy like you weighs.
Now I'm 190. So I've got a little bit more donut in me than William does.
Oof.
Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. That's beer. You got none of that
No, mine's all Mountain Dew.
now. Oh, yeah. That's not bread.
No, it'll get a different color here soon, I'm sure.
Oh, because no red dye
Yeah.
number
Yeah,
5.
I'm pretty sure that's
Red.
still in here. Oh, yellow 5.
Yellow 5, sorry.
Yellow 5. That'll be going.
It's fine. I think they announced like
So maybe it's gonna be like cloudy now. It's gonna be thick.
no. Yeah, just recently, like as of like yesterday, I think Kennedy announced like what type of like beetles that they're willing to like fucking let you grind up and
Oh, a different colored beetle that they
Wait,
Yeah.
want.
what is this?
yeah, he was talking about the natural alternatives that they're
You grind up beetle.
well, it's got to come from somewhere.
I suppose, yeah.
It's,
But I didn't think they were banning all food dyes. I thought it was
no,
just a couple of them.
there was a handful.
The ones that are the brightest.
Right, so you're not going to get cherry chip cookies that are quite that pink
Your
anymore.
Skittles aren't going to be the same
See, that makes me sad.
rainbow.
So,
When's the last time you opened a pack of Skittles?
it's been a minute, but that is one of my weaknesses when
Oh.
it comes to like the 7-Eleven
Oh, yeah.
line. Yeah, Skittles. I'll get those over Starburst anytime. So,
Have you had chewy sprees?
yeah,
I
but
love
I
those.
like crunchy sprees, man.
I can't find those anymore.
That used to be my airport food, man. I'd get a Coke and a spree.
Yeah, and they went chewy everything.
Mm.
Like every single candy went chewy, and like
Yeah.
half of them got rid of their originals.
So like there was something with RFKJ talking about that specifically about like soft foods, the reason like like food companies do things like go to soft spree and stuff like that is just because the
You'll
numbers
eat 'em
show that more
faster.
people eat them, that they sell more when they do that.
I could definitely see it because
Right.
if you're gonna suck on something, it takes you a while. So that pack of
Right.
whatever is gonna last you however long. But you can chomp away at the gummies or whatever they are.
See, like gummies are actually like the opposite of that. Like chewy is dumb. Like that is like if you're gonna sit there, like the very nature of like the gummy worm is gonna slow you down,
Oh yeah,
right? In fact, they need to make it sort of like decompose earlier and better, and they have some that do.
that's why they went to trolleys rather than the
Yeah,
worms.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And like trolleys kick the crap out of regular gummy worms any.
My wife loves them.
I'm sorry, just any day of the week. Now they do have the most like upsetting commercial strategy I've seen, where it's like people put their arm in there and like it comes off eaten, but it's all smiley faces and shit, and they have that like singing. I'm like, this is crazy, but it's great. I don't know if it's food. You can eat it.
I'm pretty sure it's not food.
It's
It's passable. You know?
right. But those are better than regular worthless gummy worms, man. Those are awful.
I don't like gummy stuff.
No.
My girlfriend and daughter got snookered by one of the TikTok videos or whatever they watched, and the guy he's like, okay, you take a gummy bear and you put it in water with this, and you let it sit for 24 hours, and it turns into this one of the giant gummy bears.
Oh my god.
And so
That's not true, but yeah.
so they actually tried it. Yeah, it's like,
It's okay as long as your kids aren't lighting their school books on fire. So
oh,
from now
whatever the
on,
newest
yeah.
I
TikTok
don't know
thing
what it
was.
is.
Oh, you're burning down your Chromebook at the end of the year. This is the latest thing on TikTok.
We got a warning from our school
Yeah,
saying,
I did too.
talk to your kids, have a sit down with them.
Mine was a little bit more along the lines, you're going to pay for that. It was distinctly reminding me that this was like a $480 piece of machinery that belonged to the district.
You pay for the insurance?
I don't remember. I don't know. So I never pay for the insurance though, man.
I
On
paid
just
for
about
it for
anything.
I don't ever, but my kid
Yeah.
having a Chromebook in his backpack every day. Like, I know what we did with our backpacks. Like,
We used to hit each other with them because
Hit
he had
each
freaking
other,
books in them, man.
killed
So-
bees with them, like
Oh,
throwing
yeah.
them on the ground and smashing them.
Well,
I don't think I'd do that if I knew there was a Chromebook in there. And if I needed that to do my homework.
Probably,
Yeah.
sure.
well, so what is the? I actually I don't. I was not part of the uh, Chromebook assigning period. What is the rule on this?
You have to have a Chromebook at the start of the year.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you can either pay $30 for insurance or go without.
Yeah. The
Is-
school gives it to you.
Right.
Yeah. But if your kid loses it, you're on the hook
Break it,
for
you're
it.
blocked.
Break it or
Yeah.
any of that
Right, yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Pull
Yeah.
it, quit squirt, whatever it is.
If it breaks under your care, it's your ass.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless you have insurance.
Unless you have insurance. See, this was one of the things that I got sort of like. All right. There was this like little argument about I'm always having to like stand up for the United States, right? And I do it proudly.
For the Russians.
Yes, yes, because I wasn't fucking having this. Like there was this talk about like she was trying to talk about like internet infrastructure and these guys are light years ahead. I'm like, what would you do if you had to rip up all the cable that you laid before you could put in new cable? What if your society was dirt 6 months ago and you were just putting in new cable now?
Mhm.
Would it be easier just to put in new cable? It's like, okay, so the technical superiority is based on your technical inferiority over the past. It's like, no.
It's not our fault that your country doesn't have roads. You know?
And it was kind of like, it's not having roads. It's like, it's not our fault that World War II was not fought in our backyard, right?
Mhm.
Certain things like this. I'm not like picking on you, right? And I'm also not like the things that you're highlighting as technological marvels are fucking nightmares in the United States in terms of that's why we own so many firearms, right? The
Mhm.
things that you're talking about, like the biometrics where Chinese people can buy food or things with their face, like that's a nightmare for a ton of Americans.
That
Absolutely, like
there's no way I'm going to use my face as a fucking credit card.
No way.
let alone having a link to some giant ass system that records every transaction that I do and reports it to my local government.
Correct.
Seriously? Now, the FBI having that is one thing. Okay, fine. They have to have a reason to search who I am. But, like,
Right.
I don't want Roscoe and Enos down at the station.
The new
What I'm
stadium
buying.
that the Clippers are in.
Yeah.
Right.
When you buy a ticket, you get a band
Yeah.
that is associated with you, so that if you go in and grab stuff from whatever store,
I've seen that. They
Yeah,
have that at,
Disneyland does that too, right?
they have that at Coors. So you can go
Oh,
up
do they
there.
have it
Well,
there?
they have these little like kiosks where you can buy a wristband, and then you rather
Yeah.
than go and stand like
In
well
lines
in
and all
line,
that.
you can just walk in there and grab
Grab-
whatever you
yeah.
want. It's convenient, but it's kind of dumb. I mean, it's like, all right, so there's 8 beer stands between my seat and this thing. So,
Right.
I don't really see the point behind this, but I guess if you want to feel special, sure. I've seen them do those things at like airports too. Okay, so you can go get your snacks right after security and stuff. So
And then they do have like certain like software. They have it like Madison Square Garden, where if you've been banned, yes, it does look for your face.
yeah, they'll find you.
Right.
Yeah.
But the baseline of the government looking for your face is the kind of stuff that's like, nah, we get really kind of pushy when it comes to that kind of shit, right?
I guess if you're like so concerned about the technological superiority of Russia, you can explain to me why you're sending many, many thousands of young North Koreans to their deaths.
Well, that's what's
So basically using them to sweep mines the old-fashioned way
like with your face. Right.
with your feet.
It's like, yeah, with your feet, it's like, hey, do me a favor. It's like, what? It's like, go ground swimming over there, and it shit explodes. Yeah, and that was the other thing was using that and then talking about like China. I was like, talking about like the Chinese innovations and all this other stuff. I'm like, they don't have any innovations,
Uh-uh.
none. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, they don't innovate anything.
Mm.
They literally have wings to basically dissect other people's technology,
Mhm.
rip it apart, and rip it off.
Yeah.
And like this is where I was coming across very like pro tariff because I'm like the things where they've talked about here, and this is what the major issue with a lot of people is they're like, so you release a product, it makes its way to China, they reverse engineer it, right?
Then they steal your customers with the cheaper product.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Like,
Mr. Wonderful explained this beautifully on CNBC like 2 weeks ago. So
and people get it.
I think on a basic level, people get it. It's like, yeah, that's fucked up. So if that guy invents that shit, he should get the money for it.
But I want to pay the lower price.
I don't think people really care about that as much. So, I mean, I'm willing to pay more for my eggs because knowing that they come from Wisconsin.
Well,
So,
eggs,
yeah, but I'm not.
If you're getting it from Amazon, you want the cheaper thing.
If I'm getting it from Amazon, I want the cheaper thing, but I don't know, man. I mean, there's some certain things that I've gotten on Amazon. It's like, yeah, this is, cheap Chinese bullshit, and I gotta go back and buy the nice one,
Right. Well, I mean, but this is the thing is there's a lot of people. It's and I'm not going to fault you. I mean, there's a reason like Walmart does the same thing where
Sure.
they had like the cheapest version. But when he pointed out, he's like, look, these guys agreed to be part of this organization and follow none of the rules. It's like, actually, that makes perfect sense.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're right to be upset with this. I was like, this is not an innovative thing, though, right? They were talking about like, and this is where and she was right. She was like, but mass transit in Russia is far superior than it is here. I'm like,
Congratulations.
right.
Yeah.
I was like,
okay, you get that one.
and she's like, and it's a bigger country. I'm like, you're correct.
Correct.
You're absolutely
Yeah.
correct. I'm like, now granted, a lot of that has to do with the fact that you are connecting to Europe, right? And Europe, on the other hand, is a bunch of countries that are as close as our states, right? Which means you have to connect the cities a lot, like this. And you got blown the fuck up in World War II.
When you flatten the middle of Hamburger, it's pretty easy to build a fucking tram.
That is correct.
Exactly.
That is correct.
And that's the thing here. Like, I get in this argument with people at work, who want like front range rail and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like you're not going to fucking use it, okay? Because it's going to stop you. Like, okay, I commute, up and down the Front Range. All right, in theory, I could go between train stations. What the fuck am I supposed to do when I get there?
Right.
Take the bus?
Right.
Okay, with Stabby McStabberson over here?
That's correct.
No, I'm not going to do
Yeah.
that, And so cars are they're just good.
It's the DNA of this country.
It's the DNA of this
Well,
country.
actually, we have two.
Yeah.
You
Cars
either get
and
on planes.
Yep.
Or you drive cars.
Yep, or you drive cars. Yeah, we have like 9 Ryanairs. They have 1. So, yes, and some of them do use subcontractors and yell at people on TikTok. Got it.
And it's what gives you the choice to say, like, no, I'm going to take United if I can afford
I'm going
it.
to take United if I can afford it. I get better miles on them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and I was like, look, it's a different culture, and it's not the like, especially when you look at the gaps between the states here, like,
Yeah, sure.
So it's not going to be the same thing. I was like, no, and I totally understand it. She was like, what if I wanted to take a train from New York to San Francisco? I'm
You
like,
can do it.
like you can.
It'll take you 4 days.
It'll cost you $2,500.
That's for a booth. You want a bed? Yeah, no, right.
It'll cost you a fortune, and I would say like, and you didn't want to get on an airplane and do this? Why?
And it'll move about 60 miles an hour and make about 30 stops.
Even if they built the train for the Front Range, like they wouldn't be able to have it go through the cities. Like it
Well,
had to be,
yeah.
like out in the mountains or out east or something. Like,
like
so
stop. Yeah.
No, the whole thing is that they want to use
through the city.
No, the whole thing is that they want to use the freight routes, and I'm like, well, they got freight on them, and that makes a lot more than your fucking train that carries. I mean, so here's the great like. This is like the one thing that you just need to bring up when people say that there's no trains, and I've gotten shouted off forums for this motherfucking thing.
Bro,
whatever.
Yeah,
it's just
you're on the front lines of this.
I was for years. Yeah. I retreated away from that part of Twitter/Reddit, whatever. But there is not a passenger route in the United States that has been profitable since the late 1800s.
Right.
Okay, and that's because we don't subsidize shit.
Right.
Okay,
right.
Everybody in Europe does.
Yeah.
Russia does, and if your house is in the way, they come take your house.
Right.
Okay, and they say, here is a voucher for other house somewhere else, and it's like, no, that was my house.
Now that scene. It's at the beginning of The Godfather, right? When Sonny grabs that camera and just smashes it on the ground and then peels off a couple of bills.
Yeah, the lettuce. Yeah, that's how you get shit built in Germany. Yeah, I get it. So you can't do that here, man, because we have guns. We'll use them on you.
Yeah.
And so but you can't. There's no such thing as a successful as a profitable passenger route unless you're like that Boston, New York, LA, or Baltimore, DC.
Yes,
there's one spot in the United States where it works,
and people take that.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm not talking about certain like the subway in New York makes money.
Does it though? I don't know if that's actually true.
Okay, so here's the thing: is they say it does.
Okay,
but they say lots of things.
Right.
There's, I mean, whether or not it is, I think it could be profitable.
Could be.
But I do think that they spend more on it than.
Okay, so your question is like how profitable? I mean, if it costs you $10 billion to make $5 off something, because you're spending the rest of it on a service that, quite honestly, I don't know how many people in the city use it. Fewer than before George Floyd, that's for sure.
Well, see, that's the thing is, there are things that could get me to take it every day if these are basically like Giuliani stop and frisk days, where it was like civil liberties we're gonna put those aside for a moment, because we need to clean this place up
because it's not safe and it's a shithole.
That's correct. Exactly. Which is why when Bloomberg was there, he was a genius because he was a business guy, and he was like, "So this is what I have. Mm-hmm. We get money when tourists come in here, so I'm going to continue these." these draconian policies.
They're not that bad.
But you got people right now that were like, oh my God, it's like I missed that. But
It's like half the city.
Things where they're like, oh my God, I remember when they used to pick up the trash 3 times a day. It was sweet.
Mhm.
But yeah, so if they got to that point, and I think some places are, where they're getting like, guys, either do something about it
Oh yeah.
because it's like we're getting close to electing a Republican, and we don't want to do it.
Oh, in New York City,
We don't.
they
We don't.
they very well might this time around because that one dude's not dropping out.
No.
I was watching something on this the other day, and so like there are some bona fide like the rent is too damn high lunatics who are going to get on the ticket, which means a Republican's going to fucking win. And this is coming from a couple of New Yorkers who are like, this is bad. So yeah,
It's like we've talked about it, man. It's the same thing. It's like, how do you get Nixons? It's like when you leave food out, you get Nixons, and that's
I've heard the same argument. There are a couple of people who are like, the Republicans actually have a shot to get the Ronald Reagan seat back. So because if Kamala Harris goes up for that, and she's right now kind of like joking about like,
good
I'm
impression.
sorry, man,
That's
fucking
it.
the elephants in the zoo speech. It was like now I know exactly why nobody. So, but anyway, if she gets that spot, man, she's gonna lose to a Republican. So, because they'll find somebody to put up. I mean, not like I can't think of too many Hollywood Republicans that would stand for it right now. We don't have a Ronald Reagan out there or
No,
Arnold
because
Schwarzenegger.
here's the thing: is like the
It's
guys
just
that
like
would
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, Chris Pratt wouldn't do it.
No, he wouldn't do
Chris Pratt was like, "Nah, I have a job." Um,
it. Yeah,
the guys that are like, you're gonna get like John Voight,
dude, that guy
James-
is
oh.
insane. That's
James
what was going on the other day. All the
James
terrorists.
Woods
James Wood is also
is
insane.
also insane. Rob Schneider. I mean, these
Rob
are guys.
Schneider is just dumb.
These are the
So,
these are the
yeah,
guys that
no,
are
you
the
can't do
outspoken Republicans. So
Yeah.
you don't want Randy Quaid.
You can't have Randy Quaid.
No.
So you can't have him, man. Yeah, John Voight was the guy who was single-handedly responsible the other day for Trump threatening the entire movie industry. He was so funny too. He's like, "Yeah, I met that guy 2 hours ago," and all of a sudden, it's like, "Whoa, what is this?"
I'll tell you the person that they wanted. This is the perfect example of this, and what they ran out of there. The person that should be running for governor there is Jillian Michaels, because she's
I don't like her though.
I know you
I
don't,
don't
but
like
here's
her.
the thing: is famously she's like, look, she's in Texas now. She's like,
She belongs to Texas.
she's like, they ran me out of California. It's like, what do you mean they ran you out? It was like, I'm a California lesbian, and they are too far for me.
Yeah,
Right? And that's the kind of thing where, like, yes, you're famous.
yeah.
Yes, you actually like. And here's the thing: is like, she's well represented on other circuits now. They see her as like, how like when they do shows with like people who got pulled off of like the Scientology ranch,
Yeah, sure.
right? They talk.
No.
That's how she talks about being part of that crowd. And so there's this weird kind of like if you defect to the Republicans now, there is like it's like, it's not like, hey, you were the enemy for so long. It's Caesarea. It's like, hey, welcome aboard. I know there's a lot of people
Kind
that
of.
you remember that
There's other people who are starting to call those people out a little bit.
agreed.
Yeah.
But we also know that there's retard factions within the factions.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
As I called them the other day, white supremacist, from Twitter. Yeah, they exist.
Totally exists.
They exist.
It's a real thing.
They're the ones where it's like y'all are cheering for the same things, and then one step further, it's like, who all thinks you're taxed too much? Yay!
Yay.
It's like,
Who thinks we get too much money to Israel? Wait, what?
Yay! And then you get the next one. It's like, who all thinks the wrong side won World War II?
Dude, why is that still out there?
And you start looking at those people that got their hands up. You're like,
wait a minute. Who let you guys in here?
right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, I've seen that. Like, I can't believe that's still a
I have
thing.
not heard of those people.
Dude, it is this part. It is
There
this
is this,
rather
this
noisy yet sneaky part of Twitter
they absolutely are.
where they
They've been
try.
hiding in plain sight for a while.
Exactly. So, those weren't rocks along the beach. They were
Uh,
actually crabs the entire time. They just came alive.
there are a couple people that kind of like, oh, with all these victories, now it's safe for me to come out in the sun again. It's like, no, man, it's not. You absolutely cannot. You need to go back under the rocks where you were.
We need to chase you guys off the
Yeah,
beach.
right.
So, you can't bitch about the other side unless you can police your own side. I'm really on board with that now.
That is correct.
So
Yeah.
those guys are not doing a very good job of that. The Lauren Loomers of the world, particularly. Oh my god.
Is she dumb?
I think she is, Jeff.
I think she might be dumb.
I think, yeah, she might be that kind of person who needs instructions to do very basic things.
And I think you have to correct her like 6 times.
She has to
too.
make lists. Put them
Yeah.
on
You just have to be like, no, man. It's like, so this is the dividing line. It's like you divide here. You keep trying to add here.
Yeah. So it's copy, change, then flip.
Now, here's the thing. I know this is the 4th time I came down here, and it's cool. I want you to do well at this job, but you got to know that
Mhm.
this is jeopardizing your future at
Right.
this company.
Yeah, and this is very basic. You answer the phone and you say thank you for.
And the whole time she's going like, no, I know.
I know how to do it. I know how to do it.
I got
I
it.
know how to do it. Get off my case.
Okay, no worries. If you got this, no problem. Okay. And then you go, you eat your bag of Fritos, and you go run some errands and come
Yeah,
back.
man,
It's
you
like,
can't leave the desk like that.
yeah. And then you come back and you see this fucking Excel document and everything is fucked up. It's like, why did you change
Why
it?
did
Well,
you-
I didn't mean to change it.
Why are these different colors now? Yeah,
Yeah, I think she might be dumb.
You might be dumb, man. There's a couple of them that are kind of making their way known in that one. Yeah, I don't know about Jillian Michaels though for that one. I mean,
No, I think she's moved to Texas, so that's out of
that's
the
not. Well, I mean, you can move back. You got a year, so
That's true.
But I'm pretty sure you could find some other refugees that would probably be a little bit better suited for that. But again, it's California. It's not my problem. It's not my business. So,
Well,
I'm not going to move there and tell them what to do.
California is trying to sue the federal government now because they're saying that the tariffs are hurting their business. Like, well, sorry, man,
Try it.
that's just part of being the union.
Well, dude, throw it on the pile, man. I
Right.
mean, yeah, it's going to be a busy June for the Supreme Court. So, go ahead and
Oh
add
my
to
God,
it.
yeah, I know.
Add to it, whatever. So, yeah, like I'm not worried about probably 90% of like the shit that's out there anymore. So, just because it's gotten to the point in time where there's so many like obvious just ooh, we lost grievances
Yeah.
that I don't know, they're gonna start burning them by the bushel. So
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is when it comes to those rulings, the same 4 people are going to say no. The same 4 people are going to say yes, and it's
on the court,
on the Supreme Court. Yeah.
well, there's 9. So, but
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then there's going to be one person that dissents.
I don't know. The last couple of times, they've actually had some people break like 7-9 on those things. And
They had
so,
a 9-0 on something.
They had a
I don't
9-0
know what
on
it
something
was.
the other day. Yeah,
It was
So,
something I didn't expect to be, but they were like, "Can't do that."
I think you're going to see more of those than you think. Because a lot of them are going to be like, yeah, no, this is obviously sour grapes. Done. It's like, yeah, the Constitution specifically says he can do this. Done. That law that you guys passed says he can do this. Done. Yes. It's like, all right, well, this one, he doesn't technically have the authority to be able to do this, but you didn't take it away from him either. So done.
It's like, well, you didn't fight it when these guys did it, so there's 100 years precedent on this. So
Exactly.
I don't know, but
Yeah, like the tariff. I think the tariffs are going to stick. I hang on to your butt, man, because you're going to go to Walmart in about 4 weeks, and there's going to be a lot of toys that are missing.
well, okay. So the big meeting went on in Switzerland.
It wasn't even between the two guys. So
I know that.
Yeah,
I think there's some motion on it, man. As a
There might
matter
be.
of fact, I think there's a lot of things going on. I think there's There's a chance there's a lot of positive stuff that comes out of this.
I think so.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
but
Well, raviolis are going bonkers.
are
yeah,
they?
You should know.
I haven't checked it in a couple days. It went back up over 100.
Yeah.
So, oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So,
So yeah, whatever.
buy more raviolis.
Yeah, should buy more raviolis.
Yeah, I might actually start doing. So,
I thought you were going to sell them when they help.
I don't need to actually. So, yeah,
Might as well just
might as well ride
ride
it
the
for a
train.
bit. I mean, I've been making like double mortgage payments, and I'm almost got one of my student loans murdered off.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah, so I still got another one. Get rid of it,
Well,
but I've done the math on that one. That one will be gone probably next fall. So,
Okay.
yeah, and then after that, like I I don't know. I don't want to talk too much about that stuff.
well,
I have a choice to make. So, do I want to live in a house that is bought and paid for, or do I want a bigger house?
Mm.
Or maybe a smaller house that's nicer? Hmm. I don't know.
that's an interesting choice.
Those are good decisions to have to make.
It's fortuitous. I don't know. I have yet to decide.
Well, and if that's the case, then maybe you've changed your perspective on what you're willing to pay for your young one's college.
I don't have to pay nothing.
You used to say that.
I still don't. I'll talk about that off camera. I found something out that was interesting the other day. So,
Is your
off camera. Yeah.
Didn't know your daughter was 100% Cherokee.
She is not. So she is not.
Okay, all right, interesting. All right, well, good deal.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Oh man, okay, yeah, just I did the heartbreaker sports thing is getting rung up by Miko
Right.
in the last game.
Oh,
That I mean, I love that guy, and it still breaks my heart that he's not on the team. Like of all people
they
to
had a
part with,
2-0 lead.
and to get burned by him, I'm like, you know what? That's what you get.
It's not what you get. The Avs were a better team.
They were a better team, but again,
You had a 2-0 lead.
he's not the kind of guy that they should have parted with.
Mm.
But they offered him the same money. Screw that guy.
The Avs did?
Yeah.
Oh.
They offered him like $100,000 less than the contract he got at the start.
Oh, that's just dirty pool, man.
So screw that guy.
No, I like the guy a bunch.
No, man, if you were going to take the same money after you get traded to two teams, because you got traded to another team and you're like, I don't really know if I'm going to play here or not, get traded to the next. No, man, screw that guy.
I'm never gonna feel the same way you do. The dude was instrumental in making this the team that it was. So
Yeah. Now he can burn.
that's ridiculous.
You know, Williams got a really Mongol
He
attitude
does.
towards his fucking sports team.
It is
Yeah.
very-
It's all about the team, not about the man.
It's one thing if he would have gone out and got way more than what the Avs offered. He turned down the same money. No, man, burn.
Again, there could be different parts of it. It could be like I don't want to live here anymore. I don't like.
Well, when you come out and say, I really wanted to be there,
No,
then no, either you're lying to my face or you should just burn.
nah, man. See this thing that you're doing right here. Like you're getting as upset about this shit as I do about like fucking like the chick Silver Surfer. We have different priorities. Like, and this is the thing. I'm like, I can't see it your way because I'm like, hey, if that dude says that, he says it. It's cool.
Well,
And he was here for the
hey.
team. He helped.
Hey, hold on. Should we talk about your coach?
Which coach?
Your boy? Well,
My
letting
boy?
his 30-year-old girlfriend, like
Excuse me,
come
24-year-old.
24-year-old
Yeah,
girlfriend,
She ain't 30.
come coach,
She ain't 30.
help coach on the field and stuff.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna stand for him now too. So
Fine.
just because it's like whatever. She's going up for like Miss Maine
He's
and all
doing
this
the
stuff.
pageants and
Yeah,
shit.
these pageants and all this bullshit. It's just like, all right, dude, like whatever. You're
college.
74
Yeah.
fucking years old. There are 50 years between you two guys.
Right.
Obviously, she's over the age of 18. Fine. All right. If you guys want to run around and have fun in front of the cameras, and if she wants to milk you out of every last fucking dollar that you have, that's fine by me.
That's fine with
I
me.
think you know exactly what you're doing.
Well, I mean, you could say that, but I think she has a lot of respect for a man with as many playoff wins as.
I think she has a little bit more respect for the number of zeros in his fucking bank account.
Yes. And how
So-
like, easily he is to spend it on.
If we want to call that coaching talent instead, that's fine.
Well, no.
It's how you would enumerate that, Jeff.
Like, she doesn't come to like practice and say like, they should hit the ball harder, or whatever.
That's
That's kind of what she was doing.
just
She
let her roll
showed
with it,
up
man.
at practices and we're telling the guys what to do.
Dude,
Fine.
it's Bill Belichick. If she doesn't do that without his permission, and obviously either he gave
Well,
it
yeah.
tacitly or or
He's given permission, which means he should be in a retirement home, man.
okay, he's elder abuse.
I think he knows it's good for the team. Like, would you? No, I mean,
It's great for the team to have a 24-year-old girl come up and tell you guys what to do that knows nothing.
I got to tell you that I don't think Bill Belichick gives two fucks about North Carolina.
Agree.
So, yeah, I think like he's just like, oh, okay, well, I guess I run this place, so I can do whatever I want around here, including let my 24-year-old girlfriend coach the team. So,
I mean, I think that's again just go back to like college. If you're,
He is in college in his head right now.
but this is what I'm saying here is like if you're a player, is it really going to hurt your feelings to see a 24-year-old pageant contestant? Like, no, it's not. You're like, this is cool.
no, you're there learning from Bill Belichick, so,
Right.
yeah. Your chances
this
of
is
getting in the
cool.
NFL working under him are actually probably pretty good.
You're not going to complain
So,
about
yeah,
this.
you're not
And
gonna
again,
bitch about
is it silly? Yes, but then again, half the shit in college sports is silly. The fact that Deion Sanders does what he does is silly. The fact that his son's name is Cheddar is silly. The fact that they gave him all that airtime for being a dumbass is silly. The fact that he's suing the NFL,
Who is?
Sure.
Cheddar Sanders,
For
is
what?
suing the NFL for making him look like a schmuck on
Because
the
whole
draft.
day stuff and all.
Oh,
that.
he is suing?
For
what?
I don't know.
Because evidently they made him look silly.
Because it's collusion or
What?
something.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they-
good luck with that. Hey,
The
all
fact
right,
that
I
these
actually
guys
have to
want
stand up for
salaries is
Deion
silly.
Sanders. I watched this thing the other day about his, like, the 2 seasons where he was switching between baseball and football there and went back. His guys who he was playing with the Royals at that time loved him.
The
Oh, yeah.
Royals?
Yeah,
No, Falcons.
He was
Or
playing-
Braves.
He was playing with the Braves.
Oh, yeah,
Jackson
no,
was playing with the Royals.
no, you're right. You're right. It was the guys on the team. They fucking loved him. So they said he was great. He wasn't this arrogant piece of shit that the media had made him out to be. And they said he was always welcome back in the clubhouse, even if he had to go play football for a week. He was no skin off their back kind of thing. I did not know that. I thought he had this reputation for being a complete asshole. So, and apparently it's completely non-deserved. I can't speak about his son.
His son seems like a.
I don't know anything about him. And that's my Oma. I don't give a fuck.
No, I gotcha. I gotcha. I mean, look. So I don't. Obviously, I don't hold the Sanders family in the same place as I would hold, like, say, the LeBron James family. I imagine that LeBron James Jr. is probably up there with the most stuck-up people on the planet. I can't prove it,
Yeah.
but my gut says it's true. But I mean, this is like stuff like this. There's a lot of stuff in there. The fact that they're letting the guys draw salaries is silly. I mean, it's
Entitled. Yeah,
Yeah.
NCAA.
yes.
Yeah, I don't really know how to feel about that. Just because, like, I know they've been fighting it for years, and I just don't really understand the thinking behind it. So, does it help the school?
Yeah, I think it's fine.
I mean, in theory, it does because,
How? If they have to pay the salary,
but
They have enough money.
they
it depends on the school.
Right, but it's only going to be those main schools.
Yeah, that's true. But that like separates football into like my dad played football, so I get to go to
Well,
Big
that's
Ten
where
school.
it's going. Man.
I get that, man. I just
Right.
don't like that.
It's
So
already
yeah,
you can't stop it. It was already going there once they started making these power conferences.
yeah.
It was done.
And that, to me, I'm like, the fact that you're paying these people for a collegiate sport, that's silly. That's ridiculous.
Why
I
is
know
it
that,
silly? You can go make money if you're doing whatever.
right? You should be able to draw the same salary that a kid doing IT work with his hours.
Oh, you mean
should
like
draw.
work study?
Yes, that should be the salary that you draw.
Right. So he's making the same amount of money that you could make if you're playing pro football. That's your same.
No.
competitive
He's
field.
talking about like two students, one plays football, one does IT tech support. They should get paid the same.
Right. The work study salary that you get
I
at the
could,
university.
but if I'm 18 and I go get a job in the IT field and I just want to get my degree as well,
right.
I can go make $1 million doing my IT job if I can do it and still get my degree.
But like so many people
No.
actually use football, like college footballs. That's how you get in the NFL for like a huge majority of them.
Right.
And so that's a little bit different than having like an IT job where you just have the skills and you can go out and get one. I mean, like I get it. It doesn't seem like that. I just like, I don't like the like you're gonna have like these elite schools.
It's 2 tiers. Yeah.
And I'm sorry. That's just okay. Fine.
You're still just a student at this university, dude.
Well, and see, here's my point: is like if CU wants to go and spend $30 million on fucking football, so fucking let them,
Right.
okay? Because the school's going to suck after a while if that's actually their drain. So you turn around and you have that, and you don't have any fucking law school after a couple of years. Okay, great, fine, whatever.
Yeah, but if they're spending 30 million, they're making like 30 million.
I'm sure, yeah,
Because
like
what Deion Sanders has brought in as
a
revenue
lot.
is more than what they're spending.
Yeah, I know.
So, of course you should do it.
They're just students at a university, man. Whatever they pay you to work and study at the library is because look, the practice takes hours.
Yeah,
You are making that school money.
well,
I don't give a fuck.
yeah,
The guys working in the library are not making the school money.
But the guys in the research lab are.
Well, if they can get a higher grant, then cool.
Fuck that. No, you're working for the school. That's the thing.
And if you're bringing in income, then it's competitive balance for what else you can make at another school. If someone's willing to pay you it,
what's going to happen is you're going to have a lot of D1 schools that drop their football programs after a little while.
well,
So you're going to have
they'll have their own separate.
they'll go down to
but-
D2 or whatever the regional conferences are and stuff like that. Those schools will operate like that because nobody will get paid.
Yeah.
But you're going to have an elite of like 16 to 30 schools out there. So
it'll be about 80 schools.
80
That's it.
schools? Well, then see, that's my point. Eventually, it'll be like the NFL where you have 32 teams, none of them can find a decent quarterback at any given point in time, with the exception of those that already have one. But in college, you rotate out every 4 years anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you're gonna have programs that just won't be competitive after a few years, and they'll drop to those lower conferences. So, I don't think you're going to have an 80-team playoff in 10 years.
Not 80 team. Well, no, not 80 team.
No. That's what I mean. But you're not going to have 80 contender teams.
I think it'll be about 80.
I'd be surprised, but sure, you might be right. In 10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it just basically turns like that school into a football school. That's all it does.
Yeah.
And so, okay, fine. If if it's a state-supported school at that point in time, they're going to think about whether or not they want to do that. So that's the whole thing that CU did, where they built their own LLC to actually hold the fucking football program. It's bullshit, dude. So but whatever.
Hey, man, if you attend the university, if you're going to class, because
Oh yeah! Imagine being a professor trying to fire like give Cheddar Sanders
what I'm
a fucking. There's no way you'd be able to do it.
that's what I'm talking
There's
about.
no fucking way you'd be able to do it.
Because if that's how you're going to basically second tier, right,
Mhm.
and have 2 tiers of students,
Well, you're definitely going to have that.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so if you're just going to have a football program, then make that separate at the university. But if you're a student at that school, you get no more rights than any other student. Period.
You don't get more rights. You just get $8 million.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's more rights.
you're going to get a shitload more consideration too.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
Period.
That's fine.
They're going to load
You
you
attend
up
the
with
school.
fucking-
If you're a student of the school, you can apply for work study. And if whatever hours you have to practice should get paid as work study because that's taking you away from your studies. Gotcha. So if you put in 40 hours worth of practice, you've got a full-time job, but you're also attending classes and all that other stuff.
Somebody's willing to pay you.
If you don't meet the academic
It's
standards,
there.
you're out, and there should be absolutely no salary beyond that. Forget it.
If someone's willing to pay you, it's there.
I wonder if that's going to be
That's
true
all I
with like
care.
state to state to state to state. You know, like so, like California has like the best state school system in terms of the amount of support it gets from the
That's true.
state,
Yeah.
hands down. So you know, like I mean, but is UCLA going to feel this, or San Jose, or whatever? Are they going to still like be able to make that justification that we can pay certain students? Well, there's probably a cap on how much they can get paid.
Yeah, it's 20 mil for the for the roster.
Oh, for the roster. Yeah, see, I'd be curious if like certain states say like, nah, you know, I don't know. I have no idea.
No.
I know Nebraska won't be.
No.
Oh well.
Just students, man. That's your priority when you go to school is classwork.
Do you think Harvard's going to build like a real team then?
Ooh.
Ah.
Mm,
Are they going
no.
to kick out the service academies?
Well, they won't get paid.
No.
So,
Well, but they don't pay any tuition either.
Yeah.
So, hey, I don't know.
The scholarship is the award. That's it. The opportunity to get an education is the award.
where, old days.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't exist
Yeah.
anymore.
Old days.
It's
Good
gone.
days. Yes.
Playoffs were highly entertaining. I'm cool to have it. Let's roll.
It's just another sport that I don't have time to watch.
I just watched during the playoffs.
There you go. Actually, that's a good point. I'm just standing on principle. I'm not watching the shit.
Yeah, I get it, man. I understand. Like, I'm not going to watch it anyway.
That's a good
I'm not Trump time to keep it up with the NFL, let alone MLB on top of it. So,
Dude, two teams
Mhm.
were in our playoffs here, and I barely had time to scratch the surface on it. I watched like the last game. I was like of the hockey. I'm like,
Yeah.
I watched every single thing. So
I didn't watch any of it. I didn't even know the Nuggets were out. So,
we're not out.
Oh,
yeah.
the Avs are. I knew the Avs were out.
Nuggets are still in.
Yeah, we played.
And you
well.
guys don't seem very optimistic.
It was an ugly game today.
Oh,
it,
okay.
it set basketball back like a generation. It's so bad.
Oh, all the way back to Jordan versus Bird. Huh?
We shot 3 for 31,
Cool.
less than 10%.
Mm. And we
Like,
still won that game?
No, we lost.
Oh, okay.
But it was close because they shot terribly as well. Scored 7 points in the first quarter.
Cool. That sounds really boring.
It was
Basketball is kind of boring to watch, man.
I don't like watching it on TV.
It's fun to watch. Well, no, I mean just the game is different. It's
I love it.
Will's cool with it, but it's like get rebound, run to 3-point line, brick 3-pointer,
Right.
get rebound, run to 3-point line, brick 3-pointer. I
Yeah.
mean, there's significantly less to the hoop play.
I love it. It's highly
That's I
entertaining.
know it's fine.
So
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so go Nuggets.
go nuts.
Yeah, go
Go
Nuggets.
Nuggets. All right, I'm
Yeah.
Pat.
I'm Will.
Jeffrey.
Hitting both.
Yeah.